Hello, and welcome to the Hypertrophy Odyssey chapter 222, triple two. It is the first day of the week, aka the Kamehameha workout. I am feeling pretty good. I'm not on my way to the gym. It's weird not saying that anymore, but anyways. To the main subject matter today. New Year's resolutions! Now you may be thinking, isn't it the beginning of March right now? Right now, as of recording this, it's the middle of February, so it'll probably be around beginning of March when this gets released. But yes, it is. The reason why I'm talking about it is, did you forget your goals? You probably did. Look at that. This is more of a reminder video, and I'll talk about mine. I didn't get a chance to talk about it at the beginning of the year since I was out for a while, so thought I'd take this episode to talk about it, / it seems as though people probably have forgotten them. So why not talk about it? It's still early in the year, so it's not like it's been too far gone to where you're like 6 months in. We're like 3 months in, which is nothing in the grand scheme of things. So I want to talk about that, maybe like the idea of why people end up forgetting them so quickly, and also why can't we just talk about them throughout the year? It seems as though like if you're talking about this in February or March, you're kind of seen as an idiot, but it's like, isn't it the entire fucking year? Just because one month kind of sucked for your goals doesn't mean that they're all gonna suck type of deal. So there's that, and then I'll probably end up talking about my goals for the year and all that other stuff because I didn't even get a chance to do it. So it is what it is. But it's funny that I thought about this today. I was like, I wonder how my goals are doing for this year. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't talk about New Year's resolution this year. So I need to talk about that. And it seems like a great time, more than ever, to talk about it now when the year is kind of rolling along. It's still early enough though. So I'll say that. And if you haven't gone on your goals yet, you should definitely do that because there's still a shitload of time left. Like a good 3/4 of the year left. So don't be a dickhead and think, it's already too late. You can still start them. Like you're still in the early stages of getting it going. The ball rolls very slowly at first, but then once it gets rolling really hard. So just do that. Don't be an idiot about it because obviously you can still work on it. But with that being said, I'll talk more about my goals and a few other things when we get downstairs.
Alright, so I started this day off with dips, which were pretty decent. But anyways, back to the main subject matter for today. New Year's resolutions. And I know it sounds ridiculous talking about this now because we are relatively within the first part of the year still, but we're not in the first month, but we're still, relatively early in the year. I find it ridiculous to be talking about this, but at the same time, most people kind of stop talking about it. It's one of those things that it ends up being like a week-long conversation maybe, and then it just ends. And I don't understand why it just kind of ends. It always seems like it peters out for a lot of people, and I mean, I can kind of understand it in a certain sense. Obviously, we have the New Year's resolutioners at the gym. I'm not going to talk about them in particular here, but they are generally what you see. You see a couple of people do a certain amount of a habit change for like a couple of days, maybe even a week or two, and then you see them never again because they end up reverting back to something like that. And it's interesting that we end up going back to like creature comforts or something like that once we are not used to the pattern, the new pattern that has been laid out and established for us. And I find it kind of disheartening, I guess, because I feel like more people could go back onto the new path if they actually gave a damn and wanted to try. But a lot of stuff really just stops really trying to encourage them from doing any of that. And a lot of it that is encouraging them to do it is very fake or, live, eat, pray type of things, which are never really that actually meaningful and or deep enough to actually cause change into people. Of course, there are some people who stick to it and are very open and happy about that and struggle, but still get it done. And those are not the people I'm really talking about here because they happen all the time. But I'm talking about more about the people who just end up not doing what they set out to do and then give up and then just forget about it immediately. I just find it fascinating and something that you shouldn't do because you can start whenever. I mean, sure, the beginning of the year is a decent start time in the sense that you can start it right as the new year starts, but any day is technically a new day, so it doesn't necessarily even matter. Just start it now. It doesn't matter. So with that being said, tell me how you've been doing on your personal New Year's resolutions up to this point, if you had any, and if you did have any. why not? And if you did have some and you gave up on them, tell me why. I'm very curious in the comments below. But anyways, my personal goals for this year have been as follows. Here are a couple. Build the home gym, have it fully up and running, which I've done so far. 150 subscribers on YouTube, which I should have done more on this, honestly. I think this will be one of those that will end up changing, but I've gotten almost there already, which is amazing. Great job. Good job. Shout out Walter. I gotta give him props. The other one, getting lean, because I eventually want to actually get lean, not bullshit around like I did for a while there last year. And I'm working on that very slowly, but it is surely working. I'm almost 10 pounds down in the year, so that's pretty good nonetheless. And then a few other things like the gorilla glutes, which I made an entire video about, because you can see here. That's a very slow moving process, but I'm still working on it, of course. And then there's another goal that involves my body, but we'll get to that when we get to that. That's a different video for a different day. I have a few other things on my goals to-do list for this year, like, you know, get out of debt and things like that. But those are things that I know that are going to take a while throughout the year, but I haven't really stopped doing. And I think I'm actually way more ahead because I just decided, hey, let me put the nose to the grindstone and make sure I can get this shit done this year. And so this list so far has been going pretty well, and I want to keep it going. I think the only other thing that I need to start doing that I haven't done on here on this list is download as much anime as I can. That I haven't done. I need to get that going. So there is that. Through the legal and proper channels, of course.
And we're back. Welcome to the workout debriefing. Exercises not filmed, none. Exercises skipped. Well, we have one, but we'll get there in a different day. And speaking about that, that is part of the goals that I was talking about earlier, aka New Year's resolutions. It's funny because it's something that I know this video probably isn't part of the trending thing, but also at the same time, why not? It's literally like the first few months of the year. There's still a lot of time left, and there's a chance for you to get these goals still done within the year. I understand why people want that like fast start, that quick start, that head start, and then they kind of peter out. But this is still a decent amount of time to be able to do some of the things. And some of these goals might be way quicker than they think. So then they might end up ending it way sooner than the end of the year. So it might as well just start now. I feel like most of the time people end up going down that weird rabbit hole of, oh, I didn't get the perfect start. Might as well start again next year or next whatever starting date. Just start right now. There's absolutely nothing wrong with starting now. Who cares? It's literally the first half of the year. It's not even the first half, the first like quarter of the year. So you still have 3/4 of the year to go. Might as well take advantage of that. Don't discredit yourself because you got a slow start or didn't start it back up or started then stopped. Start up again. It's not that hard. You just have to pick up the pieces. If you know what you want to do, just refocus yourself and get back at it. There's nothing wrong with it being a little bit later than you expected. You just might as well get back on that horse. I think a lot of people end up getting discouraged because by now they've already given up on some of their dreams and they've gone back to old habits, but there's no real start time for change, really. You can just do it whenever. I think this is a perfect time for you to do that, or at least to aim yourself higher so that way you can get a goal or two in your life and you can really figure yourself out a little bit. I think that a lot of people end up just not wanting to do that and they think, oh, I'm done. Don't be like that. And if you are like that, assess why and figure out why you're like that and stop it. Do some self-reflection and realize that that's not good for you. But to each their own. All I'm going to say is there's a lot of time left. It's never too late to start. You just might as well start it now. Now, if I'm having this conversation in December, yeah, it's a little different. But what? We're like February, March, whenever this goes out, yeah, you got time. So don't be bullshitting me. Don't bullshit a bullshitter. I already know it. So with that being said, tell me what you think in the comments below. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions and maybe some goals that you have for this year. Just some general, what were your New Year's resolutions? Have you stuck to them so far? Did you discard them like you would do a lot of the times? Who knows? I don't know. You tell me in the comments below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video with anybody who may or may not like it. I will be back on tomorrow with a new video. Thanks again for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please stay safe out there. Stay warm. Keep it heavy. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace!